Hi, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join me today. Let's start out and have them graphically run all the colors across the screen that you need to do this painting with me. And as usual, they'll come across in exactly the same order as I have them laid out on the palette, starting with the white and working around. Today we have something a little different, a little unusual up here. I've taken an 18 by 24 inch canvas and I have it vertical, that's up and down. And the bottom half here, probably, it's below half, I've covered with black gesso. And the top half then is just left white. Now I've covered the whole top half with liquid white. It's nice and wet and ready to go as usual. The bottom half, I've started up here with a alizarin crimson and phthalo blue mixture. It makes a lavender, graduated into a mixture of Prussian blue and a little bit of yellow ochre in it to give it sort of a greenish hue, and then graduated on into phthalo blue and phthalo green. So we have a lavender, a dark green, and then a brighter green. And this is going to be a happy little seascape. So let's take off here and have some fun. I think you'll enjoy this one. I'm going to start off today with phthalo blue. Reach over here and grab some midnight black and mix them together. So I have blue and black, or black and blue, whichever way. There we go. That's the way I always look when I get home late. Black and blue. All right, let's go right up in here and let's just drop in some happy little sky areas. Just using little crisscross strokes. I'm gonna have some big clouds today. I think we'll do some fantastic big clouds. So I'm gonna make this sky maybe a little bit darker than I usually do, just so that the clouds will stand out. Just drop in some basic shapes. I'm leaving some areas open here. And in those open areas, we'll come back and we'll put all the little clouds in and let them dance around and have fun. There. And maybe it comes right on down like that. Doesn't matter. And if you get down here into this color, that's okay too. No big deal. We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. Okay. There. I know, you're sitting at home saying, boy, that sure is a weird-looking cloud Bob's making today. Let me see if we can straighten him out. Okay, let me wash my old brush. Wash our brush with just odorless paint thinner. Shake it off. Just beat the devil out of it. Now then, with a clean, dry brush, go back, and then we'll soften this. And it's all right if you pull a little bit of this color into the light area. There we go. Just soften it and bring it together. Just bring it together. Our basic little cloud shape is still there. There. Okay, now then let's have some fun. There we go. Take out the brush strokes. Same old dirty brush. Don't even have to clean it this time. I'm going to go right into some bright red, take it and go into midnight black. So I have bright red and midnight black. And just tap the brush into the color. Just tap it. Okay, let's go back up here. Now then we have to make some decisions. Where does our shadows live in here? I'm going to have a shadow right here. Right against the water. And we'll just let that work right on up. Like so. Just a happy little shadow that lives in there. Big clouds today. So we put the shadows in first, and then we'll come back and we'll put some highlights on them. Just sort of look around here and make a big decision. Where do you think the shadows will live in this cloud? There they are. Boy, that's a son of a gun of a cloud. Just wherever. And it's not a big deal, because if you put a shadow in here you don't like, then we'll just cover it up. We can fix anything. Wash the brush. Shake him off. This is the fun part. That's crazy. Now then, I'll get carried away with this brush cleaning. Now then, let's take a little bright red and go right into the titanium white. Just a littlest little amount of bright red. See, pull that brush through there. Load a lot of paint into it. Okay, let's go up here. Now then, let's go up to the top and just begin making all those fluffy little things on top of the cloud. Let that brush just dance around there and play, and tiny little circles. Tiny little circles. We're making all those little fluffies that live in the clouds. Bring it right on down into the dark here. Right on down. Now if you pick up too much of the dark color, just stop and wash your brush. Nothing wrong with washing your brush. There we go. Now then let's put some light area right in there. Right in there. See there? Told you that would be easy. There comes a nice little fluffer. Clouds are free. They just float around the sky all day and have fun. They're one of the freest things in nature. There we are. There. Told you we was going to make a big cloud today. This is going to be a big cloud. Here he comes, right on down. There. Oh, we about ate up a whole canvas with clouds. That's all right. If you learn how to make a cloud, then it's worth all the effort. Learn. Every time you practice, you learn more. Every painting you do, you learn a little bit more, and you know in your heart that the next one's going to be even better. Each one gets better. Now let's take a 2-inch brush and use just the top corner. And we're just going to mix up the bottom of this cloud. Just gently, gently, using tiny little circles, mix it right into that darker color. Don't touch the top of the clouds yet. We want them to stay strong and bright, shiny right now. If you begin picking up paint, just beat the brush and that'll remove the excess paint. See, just blend all that together. Now the son of a gun of a cloud. It's a big one, big old cloud, happy cloud. There. There we go. Look at that. Right on down. Right on down. As I say, that just removes some of the excess paint. You don't have to go through the whole cleaning procedure. Now, we're going to fluff this cloud. Grab it and pull it. Circles, though. Big circular strokes. If you pull straight up, it's going to look like it's raining up. And that'll bother you if it's raining up. So try not to have it raining up. Pull it in big circles. Big, big circles. Look at that, see? Now we'll come to the next layer and lift it up. Like so. Just grab it and lift it upward. Lift it upward. I'm continually beating the paint out of this brush, so the brush remains dry and relatively free of color. I want just a clean, dry brush. Now if you get too much, once again, stop and wash your brush. There's not a thing in the world wrong with washing your brush. There we go. Now very lightly, just blend it all together. See there? Just make this as soft as you want it. Like so. Very lightly. Very, very lightly. 3 hairs and some air. And that quick, boy, you got one heck of a sky. Now then, if you wanted to add little details in it, you could come back in here. See, and you can still go back and put little floaters that float around in there and still change the shape. Anything you want to do, you can do here. Blend it. See? Give it a little fluff, and then that cloud lays right out there in front of the rest of them. He went to the front of the class. Okay. All right, now we can wash our brush. We got a little sky. That easy. That easy. Shake him off. There you go. Now, go ahead and clean this 1-inch brush at the same time. Okay, we're going to do a happy little seascape today. So maybe one of the easiest ways that I have found to do a little seascape is this is a number 6 filbert brush. I'm going to put a little white on it. And I'm just going to go up here. The thing that we're most concerned about is the one big major wave. I have so many letters saying I want to do the big crashing wave with a transparent eye. Okay, let's go right here. Now, decide where that big transparency is going to be. Maybe it comes right down like this, and the water comes wherever you want it, and then down, something like so. This is just to give you an idea, sort of a guide. You're really not committed. That's all you need, right about there. That sort of gives us something to work by. Okay, let's take a fan brush. I'm going to start with just plain old titanium white. Let's go right back here in the background. This is just plain white. Now remember, there's color already on the canvas, and it's wet. Don't let that color dry. Now we can go right back in here. Look at that. See here? Just make little strokes like that. And it mixes with the color that's on the canvas, and all these beautiful little effects will happen automatically. Automatically. I like to do seascapes on black canvas because all your dark is already in there for you. Watch here. Here's something that's fun. We'll just take white. Maybe. Let's go right in here. We'll do this. Like it. Look at that. See? And I know you're saying, oh, Bob, you done it this time. You may be right. Let's do it again then. What the heck? There. And right on out like that. The only thing we're worried about is in this part right here. We don't care about that right there. We don't worry about that part. You're just worried about the black. Now watch. Let me wipe this brush off and get all the excess paint off of it. Now then, see which way this is going. That'll give you a guide. Now, very lightly, just blend that color back. This gives you the little trough, as it's called. Trough, right in between these. See there? All of a sudden, it'll start making sense now. There we go. That easy. That easy. You can make just all kinds of little wave things happening. Let me clean the brush. I'm just drying it on a paper towel. Go back into my white. Now then, let's make some big decisions. Here this comes, zoop, and then it comes like that. And we'll do exactly the same thing again. Just very gently bring it back. Very lightly. Just barely caressing the canvas. If you get too much paint, just wipe off the excess. See there? All right. I knew you could do that. This is one of the nice, easiest ways I have ever found of making a happy little seascape. There we go. Okay. Now then, let's take and worry about this nice transparency here. So for that, I'm going to take white, titanium white, and the least little touch of the cadmium yellow. Just load this filbert brush full of paint, a lot of paint, okay? Now then, decide where your little transparency or the light part's going to be and begin laying it in. Scrub it in. Get tough with it. Right along the top. And then gently just blends right on out to nothing. Then we need to, you can do this as many times as you want to achieve a desired effect or a desired lightness. Clean your brush each time and reload it with paint because you want this to be a bright area right in here. And you can add more paint to it. And if you begin getting a buildup of paint, if it begins getting too thick, I'll show you. Take your knife and just scratch it off. See, that value remains in there. You can wash it. Go back. See, and each time it's going to get a little brighter, a little shinier. And you can do this as many times as you desire. And here you begin worrying about the shape of this major wave. There we go. Just like so. And I can wash the brush. Get it good and dry. Okay. Now then, with a clean, dry 2-inch brush, very lightly, I'm going to begin blending this little transparency here. And here I'm going to grab it and begin working on the basic shape of the wave. As it goes out, it's going to get flatter and flatter. See there how easy that is? Doesn't have to be hard. There we go. And that gives us some of our initial shapes. Okay, I'll clean that old brush. And beat them dry. Let me find another fan brush here. Okay, go right into titanium white. Right into it. There's a little blue in that color too, so it's not pure white. A little tiny bit of blue that was left over. Let's go up here. Now then, this wave's going to be crashing over. And this comes over here and goes choo. Got to make those little noises or it won't work. Okay, reload it. Reload it. Touch. Touch. See there how easy that is? If you pick up too much of the undercolor, you may have to wash your brush several times. But that's all right. That's all right. Okay, I'll wash this brush. Now then, we go back and get our little filbert brush. Take some white, let's use some alizarin crimson and a little bit of the phthalo blue. More crimson and more blue. I want it a little darker. Ooh, there we're getting there. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Dark lavender looking color. Load the bristles full of paint. Just really rub it in there. Okay, let's go up here. Now, maybe there's some nice foam splashing on here. We're putting in the shadow for the foam. Just scrub it in. Scrub it in. Scrub it in. Hard. But work on your basic shape here now. Maybe it splashes way up like that. Comes right around. This is the shadow. This is the shadow. This is where you put the dark part of your foam in. You know, clean your brush. You'll be an expert brush washer by the time this is over. Be sure the brush is dry, though. That's most important. Okay. Now then, I'm going to go back into white with an absolute least little touch of the cadmium yellow. Probably can't hardly even see any in there, but there's a little touch in there. Least little touch. Okay, let's put some highlight on this foam now. Sort of hold the brush to the side here and give it a little upward push so that when it hits at the top, then it makes all those little splashes. And as one side gets wore out, all the colors used, turn it over. It's got two sides on it. Wipe off the excess, and you go back in there and get you a little more. There we go. Just place that in there. Okay, wipe it between, at least wipe it between each application so you get that dark color off. Okay, when it starts getting dirty, give it a good wash. There we go. Pick up a little more white, a little touch of yellow in it. There we go. Now let's go right in here. Got to make those little noises. There we go. We'll just let it come right up here and break the horizon. All kinds of happy little splashes, see? There we go. Little splash right there. Isn't that a super little way, though, to make a happy seascape? Now, find out if you have a really delicate touch. Just the corner of the brush, just the corner, and just gently, just sort of wind it up. Just little tiniest little circles, barely touching. The brush is hardly moving. Just sort of blend it all together. See how soft, and look at that water churning. There. As they say, you don't have to be crazy to do this, but it does help. Now then, that's fine. There we go. Let's get wild today. I'm going to go right back in to the white. Right back in. Maybe right along in here. Maybe there's another little doer comes right out like that. And then we'll blend this one back. And this begins making the shape of the large wave here. See there? It's picking up that color that's underneath, all the beautiful colors we had here. We're beginning to hit the phthalo green and phthalo blue mixture. Just begin coming together. This is where you create the shape of that wave. So angles are very important. Pay attention to them here. Very, very important. Of course now, any big nice seascape needs a stone for the waves to be crashing against. We got us a splash, so let's put a stone right here. I want to break the horizon with that so it comes right on up. Maybe this is a big tall stone. Got a bump out here and wherever. This is just straight Van Dyke brown. All you need is just a basic little rocks out here. Whatever you think your rock should look like, that's what it ought to look like. There we go. Now then, I'm going to take the fan brush, and I'm going to take some paint thinner on the fan brush and go right in to straight bright red, but it's very thin, very thin. This is bright red. It's thinned with paint thinner, very thin. Okay? Now then, let's just take this and go right over the edge of the rock. You can do this with a liner brush and really put a lot of detail into it. I just don't have time here to sit and do it one stroke at a time. But at home, if you want to really shape these rocks, take a liner brush and you can just make all kinds of beautiful little effects. Maybe there's another little, see there? See there? All kinds of happy little things. And just sort of blend them out. Just go on and on. Maybe there's a, see there? Just as many as you want. Or as few. Now we can take our brush that has the white on it and just begin putting some little splashers down here at the bottom. Boop. Lift it up. Lift it up. Now we can begin working on all kinds of happy little things. Tell you what I see. Let me get the small knife. I see right in here another happy little stone. He lives right there. Right there. And he's got a friend. Well, tell you what, I got another idea. When you're painting these, you just look up here and you see all kinds of things happening. Let's put a little highlight on here. This is just a natural. This is a natural. Let me grab a little white. Maybe there's another little wave coming here and it's splashing up against the bottom of this and there's just foam and churning and carrying on. See there? That easy. Working layers. Now maybe there's another happy stone right there. He's a little smaller. And we just use a knife. You can put a little touch of highlight right there on him. Go back. Put in some foam around his foots. Rock needs some foam if it's churning over. Now I have sort of blue and white on here. We can begin creating all kinds of little foam patterns in here. Just like so. Follow the angles in your wave. It's most important. Maybe here's one spilling over, coming down. Leave some little holes in there. Just like so. All kinds of little things. Sometimes I like to use a fan brush because you can just do beautiful little effects with it. Like so. See how you can make it look all like water. All kinds of little things going on. And you can really get carried away and spend a lot of time making beautiful, beautiful effects. Now then, I'm going to take a touch of paint thinner right into the brightest color, that yellow and white. And I want to highlight just these little edges here. Make it come right on down. See there? There we go. And back in here where the light's striking, put all kinds of little details back here. This is what really Really makes your seascape stand out. All these little doers. See, let them wander back up through here. And you can just take and put hundreds of these in. Just hundreds of them, just wherever you think they ought to go. See, some in here. This is where you create the shape of the wave. Use a lot of paint thinner so the paint is very thin. Think where light would strike in here. See all the little details you can just drop in? That easy. That easy. You can do it. Did you ever think you could make such a seascape so easy? I like these black and white canvases. They open whole new worlds to you. You can do all kinds of beautiful little effects. There we go. All kinds of little things that are happening in the water. See there? And you can take the blue and white and put with a liner brush and put all kinds of little watery things dribbling down the side here. I think that'll give you a good idea of how to do a fantastic little seascape quite fast. So I'll take a little of the bright red. We'll sign this one right here. It's a good thing I have a short name. Doesn't take but just a second. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you too enjoy painting along and doing a fantastic seascape. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting, God bless, and I'll see you next time.